Blitz on 2 starts now.
Yes, indeed, it's that time again. Hey, everybody, welcome once again to the Blitz on 2. It is week 8 of the high school football season. I'm Mark Morgan, and every Friday night at this time, we are your one-stop shopping for all your high school football needs.
Yeah, that is correct. Glad to have you, and I'm Dan Fanning. Goose Creek has won 4 region titles in a row. Their opponent this evening, Cane Bay, trying to put an end to the Gators' streak. To Cane Bay we go. Pick things up. Start of the second quarter. Cobras up 15-6. Gators inside the Cobras red zone. Malik McGowan rumbles in. The number 9 shades of Dimitri Simmons. 15-13 ball game. Cobras trying to respond on Mark Stewart option pitch. On the ground, row Jordan Ravenel recovers in plus territory for Goose Creek. That leads to this. 4 ticks left before half. The Gators drill a chip shot field goal to lead by 1 at intermission. Third quarter we go. Cane Bay turns to their bread and butter, their ground game to start the third quarter. Deshaun Tompkins, the jet sweep into your living room. Home team goes in front 22-16. Back comes Kamani Clary and Goose Creek Gators. A seed over the middle to Shawan Grant. Gators back in business. Then later on the drive, 4th and goal, young bull Kamani Clary calls his own number and he dials up 6. Rumbles in tough 1-yard gain there by Clary. That knocks things at 22-all. As we go to your final score, what a gutsy win on the road tonight by Goose Creek. They win by 4, 29-25.
Moving along, unbeaten Somerville leading West Ashley 2014 second quarter as we pick it up. This was a good one early. Wildcats threatening. David Dudina fires to Ben Peterson. What a grab by Peterson. Nicely done with the PAT. The Fighting Dan Fannings take a 21-20 lead. Green Wave, though, start to march down the field. Friend of the program, Jaden Cummings, hits Trey Green. Watch the big guy grab it, gather it in, and drag a couple more dudes with him for a gain of 15. Cummings again, this time coming right at you, and a close friend of the show, Yannick Smith, makes the grab despite the interference. The 2-point try was good, 28-21 Somerville. The Green Wave start to pull away from there, but this was a good football game. Somerville still number 1, still unbeaten, 48-30.
Yeah, week 8 of the high school season, and everybody's still doing the Trojan Rumble.
Yeah. How does that go?
I don't know. We'll have to get somebody to actually teach us the Trojan Rumble.
You started to do it. Now this evening, the Bobcats of Bluffton made the long trip to the backyard to take on J.I.
You know. Here we go. Mark was looking for mascot shots tonight. Hopefully this one will suffice.
Yeah.
Bluffton trying to find the scoreboard first here on the first pass. End zone batted away by Jaden Whaley. Trojans take over. Second quarter, still scoreless. Showtime Trey. Armontre Scott rumbles in. A spiffy new scoreboard right here in the backyard. How about that? I guess
there it is.
Jamar McCoy raising some funds with the Trojan Booster Club. 7-0 J-High. Next drive, Trojans having a punt. Peter, Bobcats don't get out the way. Hits one of their own. Jalen Brown Singleton. Johnny on the spot. More from Eugene Bitten's special teams right here. Great Dangerfield invited to Tennessee tomorrow. Drills the field goal to make it 10-0 home team. As we go to your final score, J.I., Trojans stay undefeated with a 31-12 win over Bluffton.
Speaking of unbeatens, Lucy Beckham on the road hoping to remain undefeated. Bengals at Hilton Head. On Hilton Head's second possession, running back Troy Timko makes the man miss, then takes off through a big hole. Could he go all the way? No. He's tripped up around the 10-yard line. Nice hustle by the Bengals. A few plays later, on third down, the Bengals defense will bow its back and step up and sack the quarterback right here, getting a huge stop on the goal line to produce a field goal. This was a slugfest early, but the Bengals pull away late and win this going away 38-10. J.I. still unbeaten, Somerville still unbeaten, Lucy Beckham still unbeaten.
And coming into the night, Woodland was still unbeaten, but wow, I don't think me or Mark were expecting this. Hampton County puts it on the Wolverines tonight 64-0.
Blitz on 2 keeps right on rolling. Stall and 4D meeting at District 4 Stadium tonight. First play from scrimmage for the Patriots. Quarterback Charles Watson will fire deep to number 1, another friend of the show, Multi Snyder. He gathers it in, completes the 55-yard play. The PAT was good, 7-0 4D. On the ensuing kickoff, Stahl muffs it, Patriots recover, and they are right back in business. Then, 2 plays later, quarterback Ben Riffer fires to Davion Brown for the touchdown, 12 yards on the play. PAT was good. Monty Johnson, 4D. Leads at 14-0. Stahl back to punt. Snap goes over the punter's head. Ryan Campbell there for the scoop and the score. 21-zip Patriots. This one really as expected as we go to the board. Fort D an easy winner over Stahl, 63-6. And we're just getting warmed up here on the Blitz on 2. Going to step away for a brief timeout. Then we will continue our look at Week 8.
Yeah, both Berkeley and Ashley Ridge are coming off big region victories. As for a non-region affair, how did that one shake out? Find out on the other side of this break.
And welcome back to the Blitz on 2. He is Dan Fanning. I'm Mark Morgan. We're still both tall. Jeff Tate has made quite a splash. He's kind of tall too. Made quite a splash in his first season at Ashley Ridge. The Swamp Foxes, up-tempo, high-potent offense. They sling that thing all over the yard, Dan, and they have stretched defenses across the low country this season.
Yeah, but same could be said for New Berkeley headman Eric Lodge and the Stags, the two locking horns. See what I did there?
I did.
In Dorchester County this evening. But Swamp Foxes take the field here with only 12. So I was supposed to say
1 loss on the season.
I'm about to say 12. They haven't played 12 games.
Yeah.
First possession, Trevor Kalis hits Jaden Acosta out of the backfield, gain of 10 before he is knocked out of bounds. AR not knocking on heaven's door. Kalis to Jagger Spivey, 7 yards for the touchdown. PAT good, 7-0 AR. Stags with it right here. Henry Rivers back to pass. He is picked off by Joseph Nelson. Joseph returns it 15 yards. AR back in business. That results in this. Jaden Acosta, 2-yard plunge into the end zone. Swamp Foxes go up 14-zip. AR. They go out of region, but they still pick up a very impressive win. Jeff Tate, he was not bothered by Summer this week in his PE class as they win 48-14.
We got a 3-second delay for you, I think. Wando hosting Stratford tonight. Both teams looking for their second win of the season. Knights with it. Jacob Davis fires in the flat to Tyler Woodcock. Woodcock scoots 8 yards for a first down. Then Davis, watch this. It's kind of a quarterback draw, kind of a misdirection. He bolts around the left side. 23 yards for the touchdown. Stratford is on the board. PAT good, 7-0 Knights. More first quarter action. Stratford up 10-0 at this point. Harris Stone in at quarterback for the Warriors finds Max Roten across the middle, 12 yards, first down. Then Stone is going to go deep downfield. Watch this. But Caden Jordan, number 21 for Stratford, is there, kind of like a center fielder. He picks it off, and then watch him. He just runs for days. Watch him matriculate down the field. It looks like he may make the end zone. I mean, he's still running. Jordan will finally be knocked out of bounds inside the 35. Then, on the last play of the first quarter, Davis hits Elijah Riley down the middle. Pretty pass. Look at that. 30 yards on the play. Riley scores easily. PAT was blocked. 16-0 Stratford at the end of 1. To the board we go. Ends up being kind of a high-scoring affair. The Knights win their second game of the season by 11 over Wando, 39-28.
Oceanside taking on Academic Magnet tonight at Park West. Nobody told us that the game was moved there.
Oh.
Regardless, OCA victorious over the Raptors, 55-14.
And we continue on with the Blitz on 2. On Daniel Island, Bishop England leading First Baptist 28-0 second quarter. BE's Jack Leary, wide receiver. Look at this, end around, coming right at you. He just sees a bunch of green in front of him, right? 70 yards for the score. Speaking of matriculation down the field, that made it 34-0 home team. What a play for BE. They celebrate, and rightfully so. We'll show you another Bishop England touchdown right here. Lane Connor is going to be on the receiving end of this. Connor coming into your living room right there. Nice grab by him. To the board we go. This was the Bishop's night. Offensive explosion, 42-0 BE. Now, former First Baptist coach Johnny Waters beat his old team last week, and his Chargers looking for win number 6 this evening.
Yeah, Northwood playing host to John Paul II in Carnes Crossroads. To the action we go. NA running onto the field tonight, and Needless to say, they did not stop. Here we go. First drive, J.J. Singleton picks up where he left off last week, plowing into the end zone at 7-0 Chargers. Then JP, next possession, watch the interception here by Ty Washington. 1 of 1 with the interception. Nicely done with the incredible catch by Washington. More on him in a moment. First play of NA's next drive, Austin Grady deep to Aiden Hogan. What a snag by Hogan. Johnny Waters must have them on the jugs machine. Chargers, though, would miss a field goal, but they respond right here. Their next possession after another INT, Grady deep this time to Washington. Number 1 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Hemi Neutron right there. Ty Washington hauls it in to make it 13-0. I guess him is kind of a big thing nowadays. Himothy, him.
Oh, okay.
So you take like a
All
Jim
right.
or a Tim.
I haven't said it yet this show. Your shooting is fantastic.
I tell you, you need kind of a John Facenda to kind of narrate those NFL film highlights.
Yeah.
Anyway, we can keep talking about Northwood Academy all night as they win yet again. 52-18 over John Paul II.
Moving on the Blitz on 2. Bulldogs of Georgetown still seeking their first win in Bradley Adams' second stint as head coach. Lions' Trey Knox on the first possession. He runs the ball 15 yards before being pushed out of bounds by the Bulldogs. This is Loris and Georgetown, by the way, battling tonight. Then Jackson Huff throws a long pass to Zamir Herring. He will do the rest in the pouring rain. Look at that, man. 6-0 lead. More from Loris now. Quantez Dyson dodges the Bulldogs 3 times to make it into the end zone, but is tackled right there. We go to the board. Rough night for Georgetown. Bulldogs still looking for their first win. Your final, Loris 31, Georgetown 7. And another brief timeout here on the Blitz. We will let the sponsors do their thing.
Yeah, we have some more scores on the other side, plus a look at our play of the night. Stay with us.
Welcome back to the Blitz on 2, everybody. I'm Mark Morgan, as always, alongside Dan Fanning. Some scores to show you now from around the Low Country. The Cross Trojans have very quietly become one of the hottest teams in the Low Country after an opening season loss, make it 7 straight wins for Sean Wright's club. 40-0 over Military Magnet this evening. Baptist Hills, the last couple weeks, starting to get things together. An easy winner for Marion Brown's team this evening, 54-6 over Burke.
And here we go. As for Greg Wright's Timberland Wolves, they also blanked their opponent, shutting out Lake Marion 48-0. As for Hanahan, how about this? They win 49-13. This sets up a monster contest next week at undefeated Philip Simmons.
Oh boy, and we'll be all over that here on the Blitz on 2. As that scoreboard continues, several of our local teams out of town tonight. One of those, your WOW winners this week, Colleton County. The Cougars, though, fall at May River 35-16, and Andrews 21 points better than Kingstree 35-14.
And moving right along, how about this? Corley Watson, my main man. He always, I guess, never forgets to tag us and post on Friday. And how about this? Pinewood Preps. Speaking of Cross, the Panthers playing great football as well. They go on the road to Hilton Head Prep. They win 42-18. And then Williamsburg Academy, all they do is win. They pick up another victory, 24-14.
And a few more scores now as we're going heavy on Skeeza here. Dorchester Academy over Clarendon Hall 22-18. And Colleton Prep also goes on the road and wins at Carolina Academy 25-21.
As for our play of the night, we just saw it. Boy, did Bishop England need a win tonight, and boy, did they get one. Right here, Jack Leary, wide receiver, end around, picks him up, puts him down, follows his blocks. How about that? Kind of maneuvers his way.
Like that, Jolly Old England.
You like that?
You just did that, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Anyway, Jack Leary, 74 yards for the end around score. Take another look. Nicely done, nicely drawn up play by Coach Canty. As again, the Bishops needed a win in a big way. They got one thanks to plays like this from Jack Leary.
All right, so again, kind of putting a bow on Week 8. A lot of good action, Dan. Some of our teams obviously still unbeaten. Lucy Beckham, James Island, Somerville, Philip Simmons, who won last night. Woodland falls from the ranks of the unbeaten, and I'm forgetting someone else. No, I think that's it.
You're not. Those are the four left.
That's it. So that's where we are. More region play next week, some huge matchups.
Yeah, but switching to college football, we go from undefeateds to defeated. Citadel still looking for their first win of the year. The battle for the Silver Shake Go tomorrow against VMI, 1 p.m. I'll be there. Then after that, hopefully talking to a victorious Mo Drayton, heading up to exit 205. Charleston Southern hosting Lindenwood. So those two games here in town. And then South Carolina versus Florida, 3:30. So I'll have you covered tomorrow night. Don't forget, no 6 or 7. I'll join you tomorrow night at 11.
So 11 o'clock, make sure and check with Dan. Thanks so much again for watching the Blitz on 2. Thanks to our director, Gerard, and our producer, Abby, as well. They have a lot of patience.
I would say. So if you forget anything or miss something, join us in the morning for kind of a recap. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.